Meet Pastor Jummy Opedare, a devout woman of God, wife, mother, and entrepreneur. A God-fearing woman who has devoted her time to ensuring that God's message is used to empower everyone, but most especially women. With a strong belief in the importance of women empowering women and educating each other through our life experiences, she is the founder of Women's Forum, Let's Be Real, a forum for women to work through issues and set and accomplish goals together. Held every second Friday of every month at 6 Elton Road, Lee Green, London. Keep up with Let's Be Real here on PRZ FM every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Be Real on PRZ Radio 109.2 FM. My name is Jummy Opedare. I'm your host. I want to say thank you to you, our listeners all over the world. Every Tuesday you are with us on this fantastic program. We thank you so much, and I believe that you are getting one thing or the other. Don't forget that you can request for a specific topic. On Let's Be Real, we talk about real life issues that affect our lives. I don't know what you want us to discuss, you want us to bring on here. Please send it to us on Let's Be Real at PRZFM.com. Let's Be Real at PRZFM.com. And if you have any question as well, if you have any contribution, please send it to us. We'll be able to bring your questions on here. Thank you so much. This week is the week of the Valentine, and we want to discuss about this particular topic. Daddy, I have a Valentine. I don't know how you're going to take that, parents. If your son or your daughter just come to you that, oh, something is happening, I've got a date, something is happening, I want to go out with someone, how do you take it? How do you react to it? At what age are they allowed to say it out? What are the signs? What are the things that will make us to know something is happening? That's what we want to discuss tonight. And I've got in the studio with me my very own Mr. Kendi Oyekan. I don't call him doctor because he's now a Mr. God bless you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. This time not talking about something medical and talking about something maybe slightly more fun for me because it's not what I do daily. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about a topic like this because it's Valentine's Day in 2 days' time. That reminds me I need to get a gift for someone
before you be in trouble.
Before I'm in trouble. I thought it'd be interesting because, you know, growing up as a child, teenage years, witnessing and seeing siblings, friends, cousins, and, you know, just general public, and seeing how young people hide their relationships from their parents. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about it because, you know, this radio show is about being real. It's about talking about real issues.
Yes.
And I think we could take two approaches, which is one, to pretend that children are not getting into relationships,
and,
or we can take a different approach and to try and get involved as parents. And I've got 2 young children now, and it's something I'm going to have to be dealing with in the next few years, I think. So I'm going to be getting some advice and wisdom from you as well. Okay. And I think it will be a very interesting topic.
Thank you so much. So where do we start tonight?
I think we should start with the right age for young people to get into relationships. And I'm going to say that, okay, what age do you think it would be the right age, Pastor Jimmy?
It can be varied because the maturity of a child depends on when they are ready. I would say generally let's be looking at the age of 16, from 16 upwards.
Okay.
That is if they are matured enough to be able to handle it.
At what stage would you tell your son and daughter that, okay, at 16 you can have a boyfriend or girlfriend?
No, I won't say that. No.
How are they meant to know at 16 they can do it?
18. I'll be watching out seriously, curiously at the age of 16, and I'll be talking to them. Don't mess about, don't allow anyone to talk to you, don't do this, don't do that. But at 18 I'll be a bit relaxed and I'll be watching and asking questions.
I think 16 is an interesting age. If I had a daughter, I'd probably say 21. But luckily I don't. I've got 2 sons, so at 16 they can be free, maybe. When I was thinking, because this is, let's be real, we need to be practical.
Yeah.
And I thought, many parents say 16, but in reality, are young people waiting till 16 to get into relationships? From my experience, I would say the answer is no. That is not. Say that many young people are already getting into relationships much earlier than 16. I'd say in primary school, when I was in primary school, I saw there's a game, I don't know, some parents will know, some other parents might not know. There's a game called Kiss Chase, and that's a game in which, I think young people are going around kissing each other, and one person is chasing the other ones, and it starts even from that young age, and it develops into that. When I was in primary school, there was already drama. There was already young children who were having multiple relationships, and that was already causing EastEnders like drama in primary school. And so I guess what we have to think about is, and even in primary school, people are sending Valentine's Day cards as well.
True.
So if you have children, they might hide it from you, but some children, even in primary school, they're having Valentine's from as young as now.
But the issue is that they don't know what they are doing. I want to think they don't know what they are doing, and some of them let's just say childhood fantasy or something like that. And some of them, if they are not well informed, they might get it wrong from that early.
When you say they don't know what they're doing, I think that is a mistake that parents make as well. But I would tend to disagree, because the problem nowadays is that children, I feel, are maturing much earlier than beforehand. At a young age in schools, sex education is encouraged, and so they already know about sexual intimacy, because the government's plan is to try and encourage people to know what they're doing, so that they practice safe sexual relations, even though the right age or the legal age is 16 in this country. So I think children know a bit more than you think. The other problem is the TV shows, movies. Most children nowadays, they've got even cartoons, exactly. And nowadays, most children have an iPhone or an iPad, and they have access to YouTube. They can watch different movies and shows, and we might not always be parenting or policing or knowing exactly everything that our children are watching. So it's interesting that you say that. When I was thinking about the right age, I thought between 16 and 17 would be a good age as well. And I thought that for the same reasons as you did, because I think it's useful to get through secondary school, to get to a point where you know what your aims are, you know what your motives are, and then you can hopefully start to think about getting into relationships, if that is something that you want. And the other thing that's worried me as well is, imagine a scenario where you've parented your child, you've locked them up for 18 years, and then they go to university, and then all of a sudden they're left free in the wild.
Freedom.
And then we don't know what could happen. They might be at risk if that is the case.
That's the more reason why we should not just pretend that nothing will happen or nothing is happening. We should assume that if it's not happening now, it will happen soon. And we need to be discussing about it. We need to be asking questions. We need to be letting them know what to watch out for, what are the signs, what do you need to look out for in a relationship, when is the relationship affecting them too much. So those are the things that we need to be telling our children to watch out for. And we need to test if our children are matured enough to handle it emotionally. Some children, when you talk about anything serious, they don't take it seriously. But when you talk about the opposite sex, you see them very emotional. You see them changing. You know that this person, this will affect. They won't be focused in school. So those are the signs of the things that we need to watch out for. And whatever we need, the resources that we need to support such a child, is what we should be looking for.
I think it's very interesting that you say that, because I think that it's part of building emotional maturity as well. Because at 16, at a young age, especially the first relationship. If people think about that first relationship, sometimes the emotions are so heightened, so intense there. And the truth of the matter is, most people don't end up staying with that first relationship that they're in. But a lot of people also end up falling crazy in love, or that's what they think to be love with that first relationship as well. And I can imagine how distracting that can be, how it can affect other areas of life as well. So then, what about when would be the right time for a young person to introduce their partner, or who they are going out, or who they want to date with their parents? Then
I would say that when they are in uni.
So between 16 and 18, you don't want to see them?
I want to know the friends of my daughter or my son. I want to know them. I want to see. I want to be able to.
We're talking about the boyfriend or the girlfriend.
Yeah, I want to see them, but I don't want to see any serious relationship. I don't want to see any serious. You can be friends. Let them grow into it. But telling me at 16 that this is this person I want to marry. Are you okay?
We're not talking about marriage. Yeah, we're talking about just. Your child wants to, because I need this advice for myself now. Your child has decided they want to go on a date, and we said at 16, maybe if they're mature enough, they've done, they seem to be focused enough, and you're happy for them to go on a date. Will you follow them to the date?
I can't. They won't even allow me.
No, it's unlikely
there will be a lot of lecture before they go on that date. And before that particular time as well. I'll be talking, maybe in general, maybe in group, because we sit down together. These are the things that I expect from you. These are the things. Don't even try and fall in love. I've said that times without a number.
Don't try and fall in love.
Don't try and fall in love with this kind of person, this kind of people. Don't even try. Don't even go beyond hello and how are you, friends. I've been saying that all over and over and over again. So I wouldn't expect someone to come and randomly tell me that, oh, I'm going out in a day with somebody that doesn't even fit the criteria of what we have been discussing.
So what you're saying is that before your child goes on or starts a relationship, you set a criteria of that daughter-in-law that you're looking for. We talk about
it now and then.
So what is the criteria?
Then let me. My criteria might be different from someone else.
That's true. So people's criteria is different. But for me, I think I always worry when young people are hiding their relationships from their parents.
Very dangerous.
I always think that, one of the things that makes me feel young people might want to hide their relationship is because they feel their parents would disapprove of the relationship. I think that's one of the reasons.
It doesn't match the criteria.
The criteria, because I think you're right. From a young age, many parents are sort of hinting at the sort of relationship or the sort of person that would be acceptable. Maybe it could be similar race, it could be similar religion, similar traditions, or it could just be being ambitious, being someone who is well driven, and someone who's got a plan. And often when young people are starting to date, that might not be the first thing that goes through their head. It might just be that sort of physical sort of attractiveness, and and that might be the top priority, and not necessarily the other things which might come later on.
Which is fine. That's fine. But I will always tell them that there's nothing bad in getting it wrong. Just let me know.
Okay. You mean if they break up with
they break up, let me know. If what I'm thinking is not what you are thinking, let me know. What you will tell me, come, let's reason together. Tell me your own argument why this is the right person for you to go out on a date with. But the most important thing is that don't hide anything from me. Don't hide. Let's be able to talk to me about it. Don't hide anything. I will be more angry if you hide something from me, and that will make me to be suspicious even of your dates. So, but tell me whether.
At what ages would you have had this sort of conversations?
From the beginning. From the beginning. That I don't want to pretend that nothing cannot happen or
Yeah.
something like that. Boys are attractive, girls are attractive. Somebody might just tell you this and that. Don't let your head swell. Just let's discuss it. Let's talk about it and let's watch.
I also think it's, when young people are in relationships that they take a while, or they take a while to then introduce this person to the family, and if when this person does get introduced to the family, if it is a type of close family like the one I come from, and if the person doesn't gel with the family, if the person doesn't feel even comfortable in the family as well, then red flags already start to light up for me, because I start to think that, for me personally, and I know not many people have this idea, I think there's no point in going into a relationship that you are not thinking on the long term. I think going into relationships that is just without any sort of idea of longevity or an idea of something that is going to be for maybe permanency, marriage or whatever, then I think it's a waste of time, to be honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a big waste of time.
So then I also think then one has to be, if one accepts that as a good criteria for going into a relationship, then I think one has to think also, does this person fit in with my family? And the only way to really know is if that person eventually gets
come face
so
the music.
I'm really pro right from the start. Let me see the dates and also coming in and spending time with family as well. But then what about if the person comes in and this is someone that, as a parent, you think is so wrong for your child? You think that, your dad, I had a Valentine, and you say, okay, fine, let's see who your Valentine is. And they come in and it's someone that just, you have real reservations about. Then what is a parent supposed to do?
Discussion. You sit
straight
down.
away with the person there?
No, you discuss with your child. Sit down and discuss and reason together and see, and maybe action plan. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Tell me the reasons why you think this person can fit in. And also, we need to study our own child. Study the emotion of your child. Study the behavior of your child. Is this child happy? Is this person making your child happy? Or your child is... You will know who the child is from the beginning. What has changed since meeting this person? Is she confident, or is she over emotional, or is your child even looking more mature than the emotions? So all those things we should put into consideration. How we deal with one child might be different to how you will deal with the other. So we need to watch many things and then sit down and have proper discussion. And discussion will not happen on that issue alone if you have not been having discussions on other issues.
I think that's a really important point that you bring. If as parents we haven't developed a close relationship with our children from the start, where they feel confident and comfortable to come and speak to us about things that worry them, then you can't all of a sudden, when they're 17, 18, 20, say,
let's talk.
Let's have a chat. These are the reasons why I'm concerned about the relationship that you're in. It might not work.
They might not even believe you, because you've not said anything that they can use as a reference point in any of your discussions before. So they might not believe you. They might just say, it's your first impression, it's your own idea. But if you have said many things in time past and they have seen the record of, mommy is right, daddy is right, they might consider that particular issue as well and say, okay, daddy says this, if mommy says this, I need to be more careful. But if that has not been happening before, it will be difficult to happen on that occasion.
So this is a question that I've been wanting to ask. Maybe I should have asked my mom and dad, or you, who is like my mom as well. What do African or Nigerian parents have? What is the reason why they always want to tell the young ones that just be a little bit wary of, and I will say it here because we're trying to be real, Jamaicans. So what is the big problem with Nigerians and Jamaicans and courtship and relationships there? Why is it that I've heard this so much in the past from many Nigerian parents?
Actually, I cannot speak for every Nigerian.
I'm sure you can't, but I just want us to be real a bit.
Yes, I can't, but I've seen couples that one is a Jamaican, one is a Nigerian, and it works out well.
Yeah.
But the initial presentation might not work right, because I've listened to somebody that says that the culture is far, far different. That it seems that they don't have a particular culture in Jamaica, which is contrary to Nigerians that are culture oriented.
Okay.
So they are so weary of how will it match? How will it match? You that you are coming from a very culture oriented family and somebody that is coming from a free environment, that might be a difficult match. And even your offsprings, where will they take to?
Yeah.
But having said that, I've seen couples that is working out for them.
Yeah, I think it's easy to generalize and say every Nigerian says this. Well, it's definitely a theme that I've seen. But I have to say that, and the reason why I brought that question up, it's a controversial question, is because I do personally deep down feel that culture has a role to play in courtship as well. I suppose maybe being from a Nigerian background, I know culture, we like to put in quotes the younger ones, because that seems to be the parents, everything that they say they have to add culturally, this is how we do things. That seems to be something that is a big deal. You know, culturally, this is how we do things, other people don't do it that way. But I have witnessed and I have seen that actually things can be easier when the culture is similar. You know, I'm not saying that you know, different cultures can't gel or people can't learn to, you know, to accept and to compromise, but I found that it is easier. But also I like to think as well that we're growing, the generations are different, and there's going to be lots of different mixes and blends that's happening, and overall I feel that the culture is diluting anyway, and everything's ending up becoming more and more westernized. So then, if you are, because there are still people of the generation that are so deeply thinking about how important culture is, what advice can we give to parents who really feel that culture is such a big deal, and then the son comes and says, "Dad, I've got a Valentine," or the daughter comes and says, "Dad, I've got a Valentine," and someone from a completely different culture that that you're not used to.
It's a difficult thing, very difficult for me to speak for such people, because I know my parents. My parents are not my own generation. They are deeper than my generation. So it's so difficult to, you know, the only thing that can break the barrier is prayer, and if we have the same faith, maybe that might even make them to narrow down on the culture a bit. Like, okay, this person is a child of God, is born again, is a Christian, like you, like me, like him. Even if
the culture is different, if you have something in common, which might be your own similar faith,
maybe that might help. Well, I'm not saying 100%, but that might narrow down a bit of strong face opposition, some strong opposition.
At the same time, we can extrapolate it to, you know, the really, really wrong way in reacting. I think if you're a parent and your child brought someone from a completely different culture that you're really, really, you know, intimidated by because you don't know about it, you don't understand it.
My dead body.
One way of reacting is not necessarily jumping, being angry straight away, you know, distancing yourself or being aggressive verbally or physically with the younger ones, because I think that's one of the things that stops younger children from telling their parents about relationships. And I think there's a lot of wisdom to be gotten from our parents, from people who are much more experienced than us. And I think a lot of people end up, you know, because of trying to hide and keep things away, they end up being isolated, and they don't get that wisdom that they could get from their mom and dad as well. I think one way of dealing with it is definitely not shouting at the child or being upset, but trying to come to a level playing field and trying to understand the culture first of all, because just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that it's a bad thing as well.
True. We need to learn that. But let me give you an example. Even within the Nigerian culture, there are some tribes that are no to each other. They say, no, you're going there, no. And even within tribal area, regional area, there's still some towns that are no to each other.
Yeah.
I have the experience of one of my sisters was going to get married to this next door neighbor town person that is no.
Yeah.
But there was no fight about it. He said, that's fine. If you said no, that's fine. And she remained calm. Year 1, year 2, where is the man? Said that no guy is still the same person. You just didn't give him a chance to know him. Year 3, you don't have anyone that you know how getting married for women is in our culture. Said that no guy is still there. That's the only person I know. I said, okay, bring him after the 3rd year.
Right.
And after they got married, they discovered that there's no son-in-law that will be like this.
Exactly.
It's so wonderful.
I think that is the main point I was trying to bring. That sometimes, you know, those fears that have developed between different tribes, between different cultures, between different faiths, even is based on generalizations.
That's true.
And misunderstandings and ignorance a lot. And I feel that one can risk the relationship within their child to the extent that the child can become isolated and just move away from the parents because of it. And I don't know, could it ever be right that a parent can be so upset with the choice of partner for their child that they decide they're going to abandon their child? Because I know some parents end up doing this and threaten it because of that.
I think they are very short-sighted, and you know, in life there is opportunity to learn. Even if you've seen things that they could not see and you've expressed it, you've said it, you've pronounced it, does not mean for you to disown your own child. I will not do such a thing. If they try it and it doesn't work, welcome back home. Welcome them back, and they will know that you've said it. But you will do everything you could do in words, by prayer, by counseling, by everything, to tell them that let's watch out beyond the cultural thing. Beyond the culture, let's look beyond that and see many other things. If you could find 1, 2, 3 things that are wrong, there's no way they should be able to see it too. And if they refuse to see it, let them go and learn. And they will come back to you, say, welcome back home. Prodigal son, come back home.
Exactly.
You've tried it and you've seen it. Just come back home, you will be welcome. But for you to allow your child to go and rough it alone and disown them, I don't think it's right.
We've got some people messaging us as well, and with regards to the comments about Nigerians and Jamaicans, I think just to make it clear, we're not saying that Jamaicans don't have a culture. We're saying that some Nigerians, that the reasons why they have mentioned that reservations about other cultures like Jamaicans is because they don't know the Jamaican culture.
Exactly.
Actually, if you have friends who are Caribbean, you'll find that they've got a lot of culture
too.
They're not people that are just lost from the
origin.
Exactly. So that's not something that we are saying as well. What about religion?
Most of the time, we don't even know about people's culture. We don't know other people's religion, and that's why there was a religion I didn't know anything about, and I worked with someone, and that person was practicing that religion, and I was like, "Oh, so this is what you do there?" I have no clue, and I was like, "No, I don't know this." But when the person sat me down to explain, I said, "So you believe in this and that, you do this and that," and I was like, "No, ignorance." When you don't know what other people do, you tend to say that they're doing nothing or they don't have anything.
Exactly. Is that problem of sometimes first impressions, or you've seen a bad example of someone practicing a religion and then you decide that everyone from that is the same, or a bad example of a Nigerian Jamaican couple and then decide that that's it can't be the case for you. And the other really controversial topic is about, with regards to courtship and parents, is attitudes to your child bringing someone from a different religion, from, you know,
And
and experiences about that, because I've seen people from different religious backgrounds that get on, but I also know that some parents have reservations about that as well.
Yeah, it's a easier journey when both of you are from the same religion.
I would say the same.
It will make your life much easier. Easier journey. You can pray together. A home that prays together, stays together, than different religion. The people might be coming from that side of understanding, and the children as well. They don't have a leeway of saying, oh, I want to go there, I want to go there, and not going anywhere. So, and religion is doing a lot in holding families together. It should do a lot in holding us together, and that's why most people want their children and their children to get married to the people in the same religion. Well, having said that, extremist is not acceptable.
No, not at all.
It's not acceptable. Okay, because you've done this or because you are not doing this, you are. So
can it be right for a parent to disown their child because their partner is from a different religion then?
You know what? I can't do it.
No.
I cannot. Well, my child is my child. Whatever.
Well, I'm just saying this because of coming from an African background where, you know, this is something that parents think they've got in their locker. I will disown you, or I will not talk to you again.
I think it's still short-sightedness. Your own child is sown because of religion. Who told you are doing the religion well? Even
exactly.
You yourself, you are not sure. Maybe before the eye of God, you have done the best thing, and you never know. You know the beginning, you don't know what will happen in the middle way. You don't know the end of the journey. So you give people benefits of doubt. So we can do whatever we can do, say whatever we can say, encourage and this and that. And if you have brought your child up in the way you want them to go from the beginning, it wouldn't be like that at that point. So maybe there's something we are not doing right before that age that they decide to do that. And if they decide to do that at that particular age, it's better you go on your knees and pray. If you want miracle to happen, than for you to make a fuss about the whole thing and scatter the whole
I definitely
family.
agree. I think that being of similar faith helps a lot, but it shouldn't be the only criteria in families getting together, because one can learn a lot from other faiths as well. And who knows?
And I've seen people that deceived their partner that, okay, I'm your faith, and they got married, and the man said, no, I'm not your faith. What will you do in that situation? Will you disown your child, or will you disown your in-law? What will you do when there are so many hypocrites, even in the church, even in the mosque, anywhere? They can be anywhere. So what will you do in that situation?
We're having some great responses for people who are talking about how ignorance is a main factor that parents have to be fearful of, because you know, ignorance can really cause, you know, estrangement and problems between parents and children. And so I suppose what we're learning is that, you know, we've really got to give people an opportunity, you know, and to try and see the good in people if there is. And obviously, if you do still have reservations or things that concern you, you should still feel free to express it in a right way with children or with the younger ones, because by then they might be even young adults. Because you know, if your child who is in their mid-20s brings someone from a different culture, different religion, different faith, and they really are strongly attached to that person, and
you know, when people come from different culture, there will be different faith. Maybe that's why they brought this person from different culture, because we are in the same faith. But if it's different culture, different faith, different many things different,
it makes things even harder as well.
So let's be calm and see what is different. Is everything different, or just one thing is different that we can work on? And how willing, how relaxed are these people? What are the signs that you can see that your child is not in danger? And even if they are in danger and they insist that I want to enter the danger, you prayerfully support them.
No, I completely agree.
One of my cousins, the child changed faith and got married to this guy that they were in the same faith.
Yeah.
But because the mother is still in the old faith, she didn't attend the wedding. She said she's not gonna go because
that I think is a real issue. This sort of,
and the whole family were having meeting and say if anything happens to our daughter, it's her daughter, but she has made herself like enemy to the couple, and they were saying that something must not happen to them because you are the only one that doesn't approve of this wedding. You didn't go, you didn't, you know. Why will you put yourself in such a situation on your daughter's day? Why will you put yourself? Yeah, everybody has rights. Even they are adult, they have right to do whatever they want to do. If you have gotten it wrong from the beginning, you can't correct it at that stage. And if they decide that they want to change at that stage, just prayerfully help them, bless them.
You know, and you know, if you're one of a sort of like a Christian faith, for example, I think it's useful to take whatever relationship that you're in and to God. You know, this is what you know, a point that some people are making as well. That I think if you're someone of faith, to try and see whether or not this is something that can work out as well. Because you know, there are examples in the Bible where God has asked certain people to get married to prostitutes, for example, and imagine the parents in that situation, what they would have thought.
Oh my God! Don't even say it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not something that we're suggesting. Is you know, but who knows? The point being, it could be the Bible's way of suggesting that we shouldn't be ignorant and we shouldn't judge people, and one should give people a chance and see whether or not they are good things. You know, to be taken, and if the person can fit with the family as well, if the person makes your children happy, and if their relationship is one that is working well and they're moving forward in a great way. We don't have much more. Well, the only other thing that I was going to say is Valentine's Day now. It's Valentine's Day in a couple of days, and people have got a lot of pressure at the moment to get the right Valentine's Day gift at the moment, you know, and some people are in so much pressure. They've got 2 days now. They've got to get a gift for Valentine's Day. What has it always been like this?
I think I grew up to know about this. It's always been like that. Yeah. Because I remember my husband used to get me when I was in uni.
Right.
Valentine's presents.
Okay. So, and does it carry on after 20, 30 years?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me. We can't even remember. Maybe it's Valentine's Day anymore. So
it's February the 14th.
So with young people, it's a big deal. But when you are so busy, at times you don't.
What if your child comes and says they need money to buy a Valentine's Day gift?
For who?
For their Valentine. Say they're 16, for example.
16?
And they need money for a Valentine's.
Use your dinner money. If you have to, go and use your dinner money to buy Valentine's gift. For what? So we just need to be. There are some children you can give the freedom. I remember that my son has told me that he's going to a friend's party at a very young age, and I was thinking, I didn't think twice. I bought the present. I said go, but you can imagine if you don't know your child and come to you suddenly, I'm going to where? I don't know where. I don't know who. I don't know what.
I know.
And then you want me to give you money? Sit down and watch telly. So we need to know. We need to know our children. We need to know the type of people they work with. Some people don't even have any relationship, but they want to force themselves to have it because their friends are having one relationship or the other. And those are the people that makes a lot of mistakes. Because you want to do it because others are doing it. Not that you are really feeling for somebody in particular. So we need to be careful, and you know the emotion of your children, that they can be they can be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So we need to be very close to such children. Be very close and open and talk to them. Make them your friend so that they won't fall into the hands of somebody that says I love you.
I know what you mean. Especially that first relationship as well, that where children are vulnerable.
So what we are saying is, this is Let's Believe. We need to be having honest discussions with our children. Don't pretend as if, hey, well, my child must not do that, cannot do that. No, they are doing it. If you don't want to hear it, if you don't want to know about it, they won't let you know about it. But try and investigate so that we guide them. They won't fall into the wrong hands. They won't fall into the wrong relationship. They won't go beyond dating. When they start to go beyond dating, they become something else. They become a tool in the hands of men or something. We don't want our children to get to that level. And you see them withdraw, you see them isolating themselves, you know something is not going right. Begin to study the emotions of your children. And when things are going wrong, tell them that it's okay to be wrong. Let them be open. Let them tell you what has gone wrong. You are ready to accept it. You are not going to shout at them or tell them off as if they've committed the worst crime in the whole world. They can only cry on your shoulder. Let them do it so that they can know that they have a safe place to return to. Relationship is a big issue. Please don't let us ignore it. God will help us. Let's continue to support them prayerfully as well. And God will guide them. God will direct them in the mighty name of Jesus. And anyone that is having rough relationship at this time of love, may you find love in the name of Jesus. May the Lord breathe over your relationship in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Mr. Kende. God bless you for coming in. I will be here again next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye. Stay safe.
Meet Pastor Jummy Opedare, a devout woman of God, wife, mother, and entrepreneur. A God-fearing woman who has devoted her time to ensuring that God's message is used to empower everyone, but most especially women. With a strong belief in the importance of women empowering women and educating each other through our life experiences, she is the founder of Women's Forum, Let's Be Real, a forum for women to work through issues and set and accomplish goals together. Held every second Friday of every month at 6 Elton Road, Lee Green, London. Keep up with Let's Be Real here on PRZ FM every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.